Smiley shot this shit.
Smiley and Memoriiies Media.
Shout out to Memoriiies Never Die. Y'all already know.
Shout out to Smiley and Memoriiies Media.
Shout out to my boy Smiley, man. Y'all already know.
How y'all doing today? This is Memoriiies Media Podcast, and we got a very special guest in the building with us today.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Fiji boy D-Lo, the one and only from the 912, bringing the music straight to you.
Yes, sir. He from Hinesville, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
He a DJ. Owner of Preseason Clothing Line. I said the name right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Preseason, baby.
Yes, sir. And he a college graduate from Johnson & Wales in fashion merchandising and retailing. Everybody, please welcome Fiji boy D-Lo.
What's poppin', everybody, man? I'm glad to be here, man. I'm glad to be on the show.
Yes, sir. So, you from Hinesville?
Yes, sir. Yeah, born and raised.
So, how was life growing up in Hinesville?
Life growing up in Hinesville, man, actually, it was chill, bro. I know a lot of people be talking smack about the Ville, but shoot, it was chill, man. I had a couple of my friends I be kicking it with, and the reason I like it down here so much because I got history down here. My great-great-great-grandfather, he was a slave on the Amistad, and he came out here, started the first church out here, Dorchester. It was the church. He was a preacher at the church that I go to, Midway Congregational Church. Mm-hmm. And I think he helped run Dorchester Academy as well. So we just got, and he got a school named after him, Snelson Golden Middle School. So I'm a descendant of him. So I really rock with being out here because it's like, it puts me in that environment like, okay, I was here where history was made through my own family type stuff. So that just always encourages me to just like get at it, like make my own history.
So is this one of your great granddads, or is this a granddad, or one of your great granddad?
Yeah, one of my great grandads.
Oh. So was church heavy on you growing up?
They was on me. I ain't gonna hold you. I had to be there every day, every Sunday, boy, my Sunday best. But shoot, yeah, you would see me in the front pews, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I was a church boy, still a church boy.
So does that have anything to do with you DJing?
It does have a little bit of what I'm doing DJing because it was a lot of musical influences through the church. I was they had me playing the piano, saxophone, so it just helped open my ears. And then plus we don't really in the church we don't sing like up to date gospels and all that. We do like the old school hymns, so things out of the books and stuff like that. So it's a different feel, but I still rock with it heavy though.
Is it still like that nowadays? Y'all still do the old school?
Yeah, it's still like that.
Oh, they don't want to update the music.
Yeah, I guess it's just the whole feel of the church. I mean, everybody in the church rocks with it, and I mean the songs. Shoot, in my opinion, they be slapping. Yeah.
Get on the instruments, and you. Hey, listen. So, what does Fiji boy mean?
Oh man, that's my favorite.
Hey man, I see about 3, 4, 5, 6 of y'all. What is that?
So man, okay, let me go ahead and get the full detailed breakdown. Okay. So when I was in high school, man, I had my crew, man. We was always playing on the Xbox, man. Xbox 360. I don't care what nobody on the PS4 have to say about the Xbox, man. Xbox, I'm gonna be an Xbox fanboy till I die. So we was on the Xbox mob and playing Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2, and we was just plotting. We was like, man, we need to be big, bro. We need to be bigger than what we is right now. So we was like, how we gonna do that? And I was like, bro, let's just make a group, the Fiji boys, right? We're going to be the Fiji boys, and that's going to be our whole little shtick. They're going to think that's all we do is drink Fiji water. I was like, nah, I know that's how people going to think, because I already come to school with Fiji on.
Yeah, now you got to have Fiji.
Yeah. I'm going to play with that shtick some more. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to play into what they think I'm going to be. Yeah. But it's going to be a whole lot more. So I have all my boys name themselves the Fiji boy and stuff. Fiji boy, shout out to my boy Fiji boy Izzy, Fiji boy Don, Fiji boy Kai. There's a lot more other Fiji boys we got. But nah, man, them my boys, man, they was rocking behind me. So after that, I told them a little bit about it, but I didn't really tell them in full detail. But I was gonna come out with a clothing line, and my first drop was gonna be the Fiji boy hats, man. Mm-hmm. Dang, I should have brought it with me, but. Granted, that was my first ever hat I did, right? And them junks sold out, bro. The first one was like Forest Green. Shout out to Katara down there at Clark Atlanta University, man. She was like my first model, like my real deal model that was modeling my stuff. Just going hard with the brand for me and all that. And just to put in short what Fiji boy really means, when I was making the brand, I was like, when you think of Fiji, you're gonna think of the water. Yeah. That's a high quality water.
Of course.
Everything that a lot of people people think about Fiji is the actual island, and I want that to be represented in the clothing and how I feel, and then how you feel when you're rocking the clothing as well. And now I take it a step further with my name, Fiji Boy D-Lo, of living that lifestyle of being a quality life and chasing my dreams.
Brilliant. Listen, that sounds good. So how did you? First of all, when you first started DJing, how was that?
When I first started DJing, man, it was rough. I ain't gonna hold you. It was rough. Looking back on it now, I love going through it, but back then I thought it was rough. So I started off, I ain't gonna hold you, I credit getting started to DJing to this book, The Alchemist. That's one of the hardest books I ever read. It's a short read, but in that book it taught me about just don't regret like opportunities that you can see to better yourself or chase your dreams. I don't want to be a person that get out of college and be like, what if I DJed in college? I want to be like, okay, I did that. If I failed, I failed, but I did that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me bring out my equipment I've been had and go up there. So I went up there. First event I did was like from a it was the fashion club practice, right? So we got this group at our school called JWU Fashion Society, and every Thursday they did like practice, like all the models will be out there walking like on a runway type stuff. So I was like, man, you know what? Let me DJ for them, you know, get them in that mode of like they walking on the stage. So I'd come out there and do that. And then my boys, they was like, dang, you actually nice at this job. I was like, yeah, I told you I'm a DJ. They was like, oh, shoot. Well, what you doing this Saturday? I was like, nothing. I already knew that. My boy Mark, he the one that put me on there. He was like, come through, we're going to do a house party, right? So we did the house parties. He was rocking it. My first party, I went crazy. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Everybody came up to me. They was like, this is your first time DJing? I was like, yeah, bro. They was like, bro, you need to rock with that.
How long you been DJing before you even did that party, though?
Man, unofficially, I was doing it since middle school. I started dang, I done forgot the grades in middle school. What, 7th grade? 6, 7, 8? I was 7th grade DJing. I was about a 7th grade DJing, right? And shout out to 3-6 Mafia, man. That's how I figured out what DJs were, Juicy J and DJ Paul. So I started DJing, and I was just only DJing like weird music, like 3-6 Mafia, Plies, all that stuff that people really, really listen to like that. So I'd be DJing that on my YouTube channel, and that would be doing a couple views and stuff, like 1,000 here and there. I deleted that YouTube channel, so you can't find it. Man. I don't know why I deleted it. But my music mixing was so boo-boo back then, so I just didn't have that confidence going into high school like I could be like that DJ, because I was playing music that was completely different to what other people were listening to, and I didn't want to have to conform to that. But then once I got older and got into college, my freshman year of college, I was listening to how these other DJs DJ, and I was like, bruh, they listen to dang near the same stuff I'm listening to. If not, I know more music that's gonna rock. Yeah. I was like, man, I'm gonna be a DJ sophomore year, so I was like, shoot, I'm gonna put my head to it and I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna be in the clubs. I'm gonna do it.
So I got a question. You ever brought the wrong genre to the party?
Brought the wrong genre to the party? Yeah. It was one party. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was one. It was a Kappa party. Now, not the Kappas you think, right? It's the white Kappas, man. I don't want to say the wrong name.
Yeah, it's a fraternity though.
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Yeah.
No, Kappa Sig. That's their name. I'm tripping. Excuse me, Kappa Sig. That was them. So they was at my school. They wanted me to come out. They knew I was a good DJ, so I came out there. And it was different because I ain't never DJ'd an event like that, right? I had to bring a whole new kind of like style to the environment. It was like country music, and you know, their music was hitting. I ain't even gonna hold you. After listening to it, it was slapping. Yeah. But it was just hard. It was like, it was different than what I usually mix. So it was like I had to try and learn on the fly right then and there how to mix it together. And that's about really the only event I had to bring the wrong. So
you got tired of playing the country and switched over real quick or something? Yeah.
It was weird. I was playing some hip hop stuff, but then I had to survey the environment.
And they ain't moving to that.
Yeah. Some of them was rocking with it, but I want to make sure I include everybody in that. So I didn't want to just hold them out and like have other people just sitting down like, oh, this man sucked. Yeah. So I want to make everybody have a great experience at the end of the day.
Did it turn out to be good? Or?
Yeah, it turned out to be good. They was rocking with me though.
That's the move. So what does it take to invest in yourself? Well, first of all, you got your clothing line Preseason also. Oh, yeah. How did you come up with the name Preseason?
So Preseason, I seen it as, I started it before I got into college. I looked at
same time as Fiji?
Yeah, same time. That's really the name just developed itself because it was the name Fiji Boy was just a collection name. I didn't want that to be like the brand name, but people automatically, because the brand was just so strong, they just automatically assumed that was the brand name of the clothing. But it was Preseason. Preseason just means it was just a foundation. I seen Preseason as me before I graduate out of college. I guess the preseason before I get into the real world and start doing my real things with my clothing designs. And it was heavily influenced through basketball, but I just see it as a foundation, really. Like, that's where I'm taking it now. Like, it's going to be the foundational piece for everybody's style and where they can go to, like, to get their clothes.
So what does it, first of all, you're a DJ?
Yes, sir.
Church man, college graduate.
Yes, sir.
And that's a DJ already? Your clothing line owner.
Clothing line.
So what does it take to invest in yourself like that?
Shoot, what it takes is, that's a good question, man. It's a real good question. Well, really, the first thing is your mindset, man. You just got to be willing to, like, take some L's, man. There's going to be some nights where you're just going to be sitting up, like, okay, what do I do next type stuff. It's going to be nights where you're like, bro, I don't even want to do this no more. Why am I even in this field? It's going to be nights where you just want to just kind of stop. You're going to be, like, really, so it's just really getting yourself in that mindset, like, okay, let me see this out to the end type stuff. Like, just really having that determination and the passion to really do it. Like, I didn't really care about the money situation from neither the preseason nor DJing, but at the end of the day, I got to run the business how I got to and correctly. So I'm about the money at the end of the day, but it's the underlying foundation of why I started it was just to bring my way of expressing myself to other people. So through my clothes and through my music.
Well, that's the move, man. So you graduated college.
Yes, sir.
What are your plans with your degree in fashion?
So with my plans, I'm a fashion merchandise major. So with my major, I just want to major in, or not major, I'm tripping. With my major, I want to...
You've been saying it so long.
Man, look, I want to use my major to benefit myself and transition into more of like the fashion background. So really doing retail buying. That's my real dream, is like traveling and just buying different fabrics for the clothing store I'm working for. Just finding that next trend. So
what were some of the stresses of college going through?
Shoot. Oh man, it was a lot. I tell you. Look, the biggest stressor was goddamn. How do I put it, bro? The biggest stressor was mainly the work. I ain't even gonna hold you. It was just a whole bunch of work. Like,
you want to work outside of school, or work that you got to do for school?
Shoot, the work really. In first part, the work doing for the school, really.
Yeah.
Like it was. Granted, the work wasn't crazy hard. It was just tedious, and like if you coming from like half, like if you gonna half-ass it, bruh, you gonna learn first that okay, this ain't the place to half-ass your work at.
Yeah.
So I had to really get down and like put myself in the mindset to actually start studying. And granted, I'm glad I wasn't DJing freshman year, or like I wasn't crazy doing numbers like how I was in sophomore year neither, because freshman and sophomore year just allowed me to kind of get my grades up how I needed it to. When things really started to turn up for me in junior and my senior year, boy, I'm up late nights, bro, getting back from the club. That junk plays a toll on you. Not having enough time. Now, granted, my biggest flaw was procrastination, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd wait the last minute to do my stuff, and that would put me in a predicament of where I'm at. So I set myself up in my own situations to like fumble the bag like that. I just want to put forward like, hey, don't procrastinate, bro. Don't be like me, because that junk is gonna F you over. But at the end of the day, I wasn't giving up, and I put down that work to make sure I graduate on time.
So is college worth it?
Now that's another good question. I honestly think college is worth it to an extent. I like it from the fact that the college I went to, I'm not going to regret of all the friends I made, all the people I met, all the places I've been to, and all the experience I was able to have at that school, and the opportunities I made too. Learning wise, I mean, I still feel I learned a good amount being there in regards to retail terms, industry terms, and jargon, but I don't know, bro. I felt like I'm gonna be 100% real about my school. I just felt like they just don't give us enough internship opportunities at our school. Now,
about Johnson & Wales?
Yeah. Now, Johnson & Wales, I understand completely why. Johnson & Wales is strictly they was brought up as being a culinary school, so they wanted to focus.
Oh, word?
Huh?
There was
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was always business.
Nah, so a lot of people, when I go to school, like when I'm in when I'm working my job and I tell them where I graduated from or where I'm still going to, they'd be like,
"You a cook?"
Nah, I ain't culinary. They're like, "Where y'all got business majors and stuff like that?" I was like, "Yeah, we do."
Because that's how they market themselves now as a business school, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the direction they're pushing it to. So they got others like sports management and all that. They got a lot of great opportunities for other people to go into. But our fashion field was just so small. It wasn't a lot of us at that school, and it's still not a lot of us neither that's going to that school. So internship opportunity wise, it just wasn't a lot for us. Like it was more. You would see all these culinary students doing all the other stuff, and sports management people doing great stuff. And then you have to kind of go out there and get it out the mud, like trying to find places. And the hardest part is finding a place and getting them to accept you when you're not like a senior or junior, because they only want people that's about to graduate.
Yeah, about to graduate and bring them on there.
I was trying to get my stuff in early. I was doing it freshman and sophomore year, trying to get a head start, and they wasn't looking for it. So when I started turning up with my DJing, I was like, bruh, it's like, do I want to halt DJing or do I want to go with this? And I was like, man, look, I'm gonna just stick with DJing, and if something comes to me, it comes to me. If not, it doesn't.
So is Johnson and Wells a school for black people?
I think it is. You can find your spot in that school. Now, oh man, it's gonna be controversial what I'm about to say next. Shoot, I feel like now just me personally, I ain't gonna say this is the true thing of what Johnson and Wells really is, but me personally, from how I see it. It was just one event in particular I did that just kind of made me like look at it in a weird light. I was DJing and they was like, try not to play none of that.
They was trying to tell you not playing no black people music type
stuff. They don't play no music that's gonna get them ratchet and stuff like that. And I'm like, bruh, that's kind of what
the party for.
Like I get, you gotta maintain a PG, a politically correct standpoint for when the
was this some kind of wild tasting party or something, or it was a party?
Bro, it was a party. Like they wanted me, like we be doing gym jams, bro. We barely, bro. Oh man, there's a lot of stories I can tell you, bro. Man, look, it was. What I'm trying to remember what exact event it was, bro. All I know was it was a party. They wanted me to just like let them have fun. Now, granted, I can take them in so many different avenues with like how I transition my music, but like most of the time, they want to come out there and get ratchet. They want to get lit. Yeah. So I'm gonna get them lit. I'm gonna play the stuff that's gonna get them.
Everybody jump like they stupid. Listen.
So, when I heard that, they was like, "Yeah, try not to play anything that's gonna get them too ratchet and stuff like that." I instantly, I knew they was meaning. They were like, "Don't let them twerk. Don't make
no 36 Mafia."
That's in my heart. I was like, okay, how can I? Kind of like, bro, I was in the, like, I know my crowd, bro. I know what they like.
They looking like, bro, you need to play this. And
play this. And I'm like, bro, I can't even do it, bro. They said I can't. I can't. They're like, man, come on. I ain't gonna play. I gotta play.
It's not about half of the verse and everything.
I be having to, bro. But nah, that's, like, really, that just made me look at it in a different light when I seen that. And then I kind of sat down and really broke it down some more why they said that. And I was like, okay, we do got a good amount of black people that go to the school. I think about a good 40%, well, not even that, 30% black people, 30% white people, and then you got other races, here and there sprinkled in there. And I feel like just everybody, like the school is so small, I think just everybody just stays in their own cliques. Like you just got their own cliques. I don't really see like a lot of meshing opportunities for the African Americans to come together with the Caucasians and stuff at our school. And same thing with the Latin Society too. Now they have great events too. I collab with them. Like we have the Latino Society, we have the Caribbean Society as well, and they got a lot of great events that they try to include everybody in. But I just don't see a lot of people really getting included in that. Like you don't see like you don't see like the whole school showing out for those events. Only time I really see the whole school showing out for events is like basketball games. That's it. Yeah. That's the only time I see the whole school come together for an event.
Yeah, sporting event. Yeah.
Honestly, and that's about it, really. Like anything besides that, like if it's like a club trying to do something on their own off the strength. Back then, the Fashion Society was doing some things. The Fashion Society would bring out a good amount of crowds, but back then, bro, they had a whole label for our club, but now I ain't gonna hold you. I love that club because I was.
What club is one?
The Fashion Society. So that's where I came up at, man. So I love that club to my heart's extent. But they labeled us. I remember, I'll never forget it. My OGs when I came up, shout out to Abria, shout out to Sam and my boy Tyler, they would always be telling me about like these stories of the past before I came to the school. I find it so funny. But they was like, yeah, there was a lot more turnt before we got here. So they was like, yeah, bro, we'd be turnt, bro. We'd have parties back to back. And they labeled us as like a hazard. The club is a hazard.
Was it mostly black people in the club?
Yeah. It was a good event. Like it was mixed, but it was mostly black people and like our events would be catered to black people, and we'd be bringing out other schools like the HBCU right next door, JCSU. They would come out there, and I think they told me one event in particular, bro. Like they brought JCSU out there, and it was like a fight that broke out. It was a big ass fight too. And after that, they was like, "Yeah, we gonna halt y'all. No more parties like this here." They wasn't doing nothing.
Was not going like, bro, they shut it down
for real. Like, we didn't have gym jams for a minute. I think the only time I had a gym jam was my freshman year. That was it. But after that,
all the way till you finish, you ain't had it.
We had it every sprinkled in, but it wasn't like the same scale of like how they was.
No, it used to get ugly. It used to get dumb.
Yeah, bro, like they stricken the security and everything. So.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But hey, at the end of the day, I still love the school. At the end of the day, man.
Johnson and Wales. So you was home, and it was a situation where you DJ'd at a party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
And well, the good fun part about it was I heard the party was so turned that the flow fell in, and guess who was DJing?
Listen. We had everybody in that bit, bro. We had my boy Trip. We had that boy Trip. We had my boy Zay the Kid in that bit. Heavyweight Ray. Boy, we was going stupid, bro. We had all my boys up in there DJing, right? So you want to go ahead and
hold on? Let's talk about Let's talk about the good part first, real quick.
Okay.
So how was you feeling? I mean, once you see the flow cave in, why
right beside me, right? We looking at each other and we heard it loud. We was like, what that? And my boy Trip, he was like, shoot, I don't know, let's keep going. So we kept on going. We heard it again. And we felt it this time, but we was shaking it. I'm talking about the table shaking and moving, but we had to hold on. We had to hold on to that to make sure it don't go on. I'm talking about at this point we playing the most crunkest song. You all know it, bro. Oh, let's do it, bro. That song was going wild in that bitch. I'm talking about I'm holding on to the thing, but I look at my boy. He holding on to his stuff too, bro. We like, hey, we in it right now. We going stupid, bro. That joke was so funny, bro. I swear to God, that was like one of my favorite experiences ever, bro. I'll never forget that day.
So later on that evening, that night, excuse me. When the flow came in, everybody had to move outside.
So yeah, we moved them outside.
And you want to take it from there?
Yeah, so we moved them outside, and we was what? It was like the party was called Battle of the Counties, man.
So it wasn't even just Liberty in there.
We had Brunswick, Liberty, McIntosh, bro. We had the whole 9 yards come through. It was deep, bro. I'm talking about when we stepped outside, we seen the sheer amount of cars out there, bro. We was like, bruh. So we opened the door, and we like, okay, we're gonna have to tell people to go. But at this point, it's like 12, bro. We was like, bro, we still can rock this still. And I ain't gonna hold you, but I was like, man, I don't know, man.
You thought you had a Project X feeling on you?
I don't know, man. Like, you can't control nobody now when they outside, they can do whatever they want. It's like, but I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, man, shit, I still, the show must go on, man. I was like, let's get it. So we go out there, and we tell them to hold on. We set up the music, and my boy, Tyree, he wanted to go get his car to go get the twerking competition started. So he wanted to put the headlights on the girls whenever they start performing. And we needed a girl from each county to twerk, to represent your county. So he went to go do that. Some issue happened where someone was either fucking with his car or something, and a fight broke out over there. So all my boys that was DJing, they went to go over there and help him out. I'm over there making sure the music is good, so I'm playing the music still and making sure that's going on. And then all of a sudden...
You was by yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself, man. I was by myself at that point. So all of a sudden, I seen a shadowy figure. I'm trying to, let me make sure I make this right. I think before he even came up, bro, I think I heard, we ain't hear no gunshots yet, I don't think. But long story short, bro pulled up on me with a gun.
He snuck up on you, or he just like...
Bro, he came from the side, and bro, when I'm DJing, bro, my awareness is not 100% there, and it probably should be, but after that event, it is up there now. But at that time, bro, I'm only focused on one thing, making sure this party gonna go straight, making sure everybody Gucci and all that. So I put the music first before my own safety. So I'm dealing in my stuff, and I didn't notice him creeping up on the side of me. He was coming fast. So by the time I realized he was there, this man had a gun pulled on me, and he was like, yeah, give me your chain, bro. I was like... You for real, bro? The crazy thing is I knew the man. I was like, really, bro? You know me since middle school, bro. You really acting like this too? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? You got it, bro. I ain't even gonna do nothing crazy, bro. I thought, honestly, in my head, I thought he was gonna hit me for more than what I got. I thought he was gonna get my equipment and everything. I was like, okay. this man's stupid. He honestly stupid. He want my chain. All right, you can have it, bro. Take it. So as I'm taking my chain off, I had these Ray-Bans on, and they got caught up in my chain, fell on the ground, and in the commotion and everything, I think some gunshots was ringing.
You can't
off.
see without your glasses, can you?
I could see it a little bit, but
it's nighttime.
Yeah, it was hard to see. I ain't gonna go hold you. So some girl pushed me on accident, and I ran into I stepped on my glasses, and them shits broke. I felt like Velma from damn Scooby Doo at that point. So my glasses broke. I'm more mad at my glasses breaking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro. So I was bloated as hell, bro. I went inside. I'm like, man, this fucking goddamn made me break my goddamn glasses, bro.
So it ain't nothing going right.
Nah. So then gunshots started going off. I was like, oh, did this nigga just hear me say that? I was like, oh shit. So I was like, all right, everybody's scattering off and shit. I was like, damn, this nigga really.
So were the gunshots and him? Were they together? Or?
I don't think they was together. There was
two totally different events.
There was two different situations. I don't know the specifics on what was happening, but I know for a fact it wasn't him. So I'm like, okay, this man. In my head, I thought at that point in time it was him. So I'm in the inside like, all right, I hope this nigga don't try to goddamn come after me on no bullshit. That would be fucked up. But it wasn't. So niggas finally came back and they like, bro, where D-Lo at? I think some girl finally told him what happened because the girl witnessed that. And she was shouted at her. She let everybody know what happened. And they came back. They was like, bro, you straight, bro? I was like, bro, I'm good, bro. They was like, bro, are you straight? I was like, man, hell nah. This nigga took my chain, bro. This nigga broke my glasses, bro. I'm pissed off, bro. What the fuck? So he was like, bro, you want me to handle that? I was like, bro, don't even do that, bro. I don't even want all that. So he was like, bro, if you want me to handle that, bro, we can handle that. Long story short, bro came back. He was like, bro, if he want his chain, bro, he can fight. I was like, bro, I'm not finna fight you over no chain.
Was he drunk or something?
Bro, I don't know what he was on, bro. He was just, bro, I don't know what he was feeling, bro. I feel like that dude was just low key.
He was just trying something because he could?
I felt like he was envious of me or something, bro, because he knew me ever since middle school, bro. So he knew how I was brought up and stuff. And plus, I ain't even on no street stuff like that.
Yeah.
Either, so
why would somebody even try you?
He would see me as, I guess he seen me as easy pickings, bro. He just got, and at that point, he told me he was just out of jail. I don't know if that's true or not, but said he was just out of jail on some stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, I don't know why you're telling me that. Like, hear me, bro?
Hey, listen.
I'm out of jail, bro. I was like, cool.
Listen, man, please get on my face, man.
I'm thinking he was trying to turn his life over another leaf, right? Hell no, this nigga just on some same old bullshit. I was like, all right, you lame ass dude. So this man, come back, he's like, yeah, let's fight. So my boy Zay, he just broke it down to me. He's like, bro, what did you do to this man? Because ain't no way he came back trying to fight you for your chain, bro.
Somebody probably said something to him, and he feeling bad for him. Now, he might fight me.
He feeling some type of way.
Yeah, he knew he was wrong.
I'm not gonna fight this man because one, I had church the next day, so one of three things is gonna happen. Either I'm gonna get my ass whooped, go to church with a black eye, and they gonna be like, what the hell happened to you?
Yes.
2, beat his ass. This nigga gonna whip out his gun and goddamn shoot me. Mm-hmm. 3, I'm gonna get jumped and I'm gonna lose and I'm gonna be on World Star Hip Hop.
Man, just leave the whole situation alone.
Exactly. I just left it alone.
Man, live for another day.
But you gotta keep that shit, bro. Yeah, okay. Anybody you can call me what you is, bro. You can call me a pussy, hoe, bitch, whatever. At the end of the day, bro, I value my own life, bro. I know a losing situation when it arrives, and I'm not gonna put myself in that predicament, bro. That's not the damn limelight I want to be in, bro. Last thing I need is going back to Charlotte as that nigga that got his ass whooped on World Star Hip Hop. I
think it was a smart situation. I think you handled it right, Will.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people that had some vengeance for him. You know, I low key just dropped the situation. I don't give a fuck. You know, Word on the street, someone told me that he ended up getting beat up for that same damn chain. Now, it is what it is.
What kind of chain? Was it a 4PF chain or something? Man.
It was a little lame ass chain from Zoom. But I don't know when we was at, bro, the whole party. See, I should have really thought about it. The whole party, he was asking me, "Yo, bro, let me get your chain, bro."
No,
bro, these girls want me to, bro. They want me, bro. I could get this chain, bro. Let me worry real quick. I was like, bro, no, bro. What the fuck? He's like, bro, how much your chain cost? And I wasn't really. It wasn't regular.
You weren't thinking.
He was sizing me up low key.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, bro, how much you want for your chain? I was like, bro. No, he ain't even say that. He was like, how much is your chain? I was like, bro, it's like $300, bro. Like, all right, stop asking me stuff. So then she took it to the head. He's like, oh, it's $300. Okay, look, real. All right, I'm in that. So, yeah, that's why he probably got that. But, bro, I had my equipment cost more.
Wait, he don't know that. He don't know that, though.
He should do that, bro.
Just a good thing you are like, but my you can get my laptop 12. My speakers unless you want to be dumb and get the chain like this and have the chain.
Be my guest. Cause I'm gonna be winning. At the end of the day, you took something that's not making me money. You ain't take my money maker away. You could end of that story. Like that man, a fool for that.
So quick question on that, real quick. How was your mindset on that, and did that make you not want to DJ for your city anymore?
Now I ain't gonna hold you.
Especially and when you got home, now the mindset you was in.
Okay, now the mindset I was in after that, man, I had to go to. Glad I went to church after that, cause I was. So I just had to go to God. I was going to God, and that message that day actually was really deep. It was speaking to me. It was talking about just forgiving, to forget, and all that. I felt like he was talking to me, the preacher. So he definitely was talking to me in that instance, and I was like, let me just forget this situation, bro. It's not even my course. Maybe God wanted me to go through this just to put me in a better headspace of how to navigate when I'm DJing. So honestly, it put me in a headspace of like being protected more, like just protecting myself, knowing my environment, somebody to get myself into, and not doing dumb stuff. Like that party wasn't dumb by no means. It was a smart party in the environment I was in. It was a smart party to do. We didn't take the right security precautions to make sure everybody was going to be accounted for. So it just puts me in a headspace of just being more wary about my surroundings and watching everybody.
Yeah. So as a DJ, I believe we're about to jump back on this same situation. What was one of the biggest setbacks you had as a DJ?
The biggest setbacks? Oh, you smart, bro. That's like you read my mind, bro. But it was just, okay. So it was this event I did, bro. It was for the baby, actually. It was when the baby and Stunner for Vegas. Shout out to my boy Vito made it. He set that whole event up. And it was for JCSU Homecoming back in 2018. So this was right before the baby dropped Blank Blank. His first mixtape, or not his first mixtape, but the mixtape before he dropped Baby on Baby and all that. So he had a little bit of buzz, and I was like, okay, he gonna get big soon. So we was rocking out with him and stuff, and we DJing, we going crazy. His DJ came out there, DJ Kid, and he was
DJ Kid,
out. I was right there with him, and shoot, we DJing, and this situation too, bro, put me in a new headspace. I'm not having no one in the DJ booth. This girl came up on stage, and you think it's cool. You got a nice little lady in the DJ booth. You with
DJ Kid?
Yeah, I'm with him up in the DJ booth. So me and him, we up there DJing and shit like that. And this girl come up on stage, and she, of course, everybody's seen it when they see the baby and Stunner for Vegas come out.
She done tried some stupid job.
She did some bullshit, and it was some water she had in her hand, and they spilled it all over my laptop.
No.
Fucked up my laptop. Now, at the time, it was still working. I thought, okay, we good. So I closed it, went back home. Woke up the next morning, wasn't responding at all.
Man, what? Same thing.
I was like, no. I was like, how can I salvage this? So I was like, bro, okay, I gotta find a way to salvage this out. I found me a little keyboard.
The man, you had to get an exterior key.
It was working, but it was the most bootleg setup ever, but it was working.
Yeah.
So I made it work for the time being, and I was like, okay. That set me back big time, because it was just, my whole process of DJing was just slower. The computer was bugging out on events, and it was just making everything a lot harder to do DJing, but it just showed people, it just showed myself, and then other people like, shit, no matter what you gonna throw at me, but I'm gonna keep on going, but I'm not gonna stop regardless. I wasn't gonna let that stop me.
Yeah. So during quarantine, since we're in coronavirus, how have you progressed in anything that you're doing? Like, what have you progressed in?
Okay, so with the coronavirus and the COVID happening, it did set back a lot of folks. It set back a lot of people, especially me with my DJing. Still is gonna set me back too, but I'm not gonna let that stop me neither. Really, I just took this time. I see every summer as my time to as the off season for basketball. Rest in peace to Kobe. Every time he went to an off season, he would go to in Europe or Germany, get his knees, to get the fluids removed out of his knees and work on himself for the off season and come back even better. So that's what I see myself as doing. I'm like, shit, I'm working on the off season to get better at my craft DJing, and let me find some new avenues and some other stuff to do. So I started investing. Started working on my investment portfolio. Started building my clothing brand some more, bringing some more people on the team to help out with building my clothing brand. What else I've been doing? Oh, and then just working on myself. Really, I've been on a journey of trying to just lose weight, eat a little bit better, and just get myself, feel better about myself. Really, just how I'm feeling and fit better clothes.
Yeah. You just gotta talk about that.
The clothes look good.
I'm gonna get that one. Listen, so where are you trying to take the DJing at? Like, what is the ultimate goal for you as a clothing owner? as a DJ, as a spiritual man? Like, what's the ultimate goal for each one of those things?
Okay, so with the DJing, my ultimate goal with DJing is really when everything subsides with this COVID virus and stuff. My biggest dream is just being on a festival stage, like performing for millions, not just as like a tour DJ and DJing for a rapper, but just DJing for myself. Like they come out there just to hear how I'm a mix and master the music, or on top of that, competing with other DJs. Like I know you heard of like Red Bull 3 Style and all them other DJ events. Like, just being on that main stage and like people just really coming there to listen to you DJ. Like that atmosphere is different than like being at the party. Like they listening to you to an extent, but they don't have that full attention. Like they not really listening to the technicalities of how you mixing.
Yeah, they just like play my song.
Like they want to like I want to take people on a journey with the music.
So what separates you from other DJs?
What separates me, man? I feel it's a lot of things that can separate me from a lot of DJs. I think it comes from really my drive and passion, my work ethic. I pride myself on like just working every day at my DJ and trying to get better. My mixes, I definitely feel my mixes are awesome. Like just blending, switching songs between them. Now things I can work on, I'll go ahead and call that out before anybody else. Shoot, my song selection. I'll be on point with it at some events, but sometimes it's hard for me to like really read the crowd sometimes. Like my hardest thing now is like since being a DJ, before DJing, I was always hip to like new music that was about to come out that was gonna be hot. Like I could pick out artists before they get big. Yeah, I was just able to pick out anybody. Like when 21 Savage was first coming up, bro, I was like, okay, he gonna get big. I know he gonna be big. Cardi, Uzi, all them boys. And now it's just like, I ain't gonna say it's harder for me, but like I'm not even listening for that like new sound. I'm more listening of like, okay, what's gonna be that new mainstream hit? Like I'm looking for the artist that's already big when it should be reversed. Like, okay, who's going to be big next? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just trying to get myself in that right headspace and like getting in, listening to the music for that again. Pretty much.
So, what's the plans for you in 2020? What can we expect from you in 2020?
So for 2020,
the rest of 2020.
The rest of 2020. All right. Well, let's see. Shoot, I'm gonna just be on it with the mixtapes, really. So I got one mixtape I just dropped, Parked Cars and Stars, man. That's one. I ain't gonna hold you. That's one of my favorite mixes I made this far, man. It's a different route that I usually do because everybody know me for just doing either SoundCloud music or twerking music or ratchet music, so to speak. This one completely different. It's on some R&B. It's on some R&B stuff, some stuff you can either get with your homies, get with your lady, get with your significant other, get in the car and just sit down and talk. Really, just go somewhere. And
that sounds beautiful. I ain't even lie. Well, that sounds beautiful. It's a vibe. Yeah, I believe you. You selling it to me. Hey.
Yeah, check it out, man. It's fine, bro. It's on my SoundCloud. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all that.
Yes, sir. Well, shoot, thank you for stopping through the podcast, bro.
Man.
You already know.
For having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Ain't no pressure. So, where do people can find you at on social media?
So you can find me. You can find me on my website, FijiBoyDlo.com.
I got a website, Jesus.
Yes, sir. And everything really the same name, Fiji Boy D-Lo on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. Same thing with Spotify. You can look me up on there, Fiji Boy D-Lo, and same thing with Apple Music as well.
Yes, sir. Well, shoot, thank you all for stopping through the podcast, and this has been a Memoriiies Media podcast. May y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah.